This video is related to iMac Mailer, a mass mailing software made by FK Solutions. Today we're going to be talking about subscribing new recipients to your mailing lists and unsubscribing the existing ones, if they wish to. And we're going to be talking about subscribing and unsubscribing using a POP3 email account. If you wish to use a POP3 email account to subscribe or unsubscribe, you need to set it up in Preferences first. Open Preferences and click on the Incoming Settings tab and make sure you do have POP3 email account in the account list of incoming settings. I have another video regarding setting up a POP3 email account, and you can watch it later, but now we will be primarily talking about the subscribing and unsubscribing process. So one important thing to mention in the settings is subscribe and unsubscribe keywords. Subscribe keywords are used to determine if an email message in your mailbox is actually a subscribe request. And unsubscribe keywords, they determine if an email message in your email box is actually an unsubscribe request. You can customize this list yourself and add more keywords used to determine the messages as requests. But for now, for the sake of simplicity, we will leave the default setup. Now we need to create a subscribe request. I will do it using my email client. I'll create a message. I use the same email address in the to field as I do in the POP3 settings. Check this out. Take a look at this field. This POP3 account actually checks messages at this email address, and I use this email address in my message in to, so that the program could check this mailbox and download this subscribe request successfully. Then I put subscribe keywords in subject, so that the program would recognize this message as a subscribe request. Remember those keywords I talked previously. We use one of these words here in subject, and you can send this message as it is, and a new recipient, this guy Lauren Ipsum, with this email address, will be added to the recipient database. But remember, we have 3 more fields in our database. We have order number, product name, and website. And if you wish to transfer information to those fields along with this request, you have to use macros like this. It means that field name, order, should be filled with value 1221. For product, we use the product macro. And again, we fill product field with the board game value, and website. And we press the send button. Then we return to our program and we press this unsubscribe button, unsubscribe button, to download the requests and process them. The program downloads them and tells us that we have one request processed and one new recipient was added to the database. Now check the recipient list and take a look at this new entry. This is our customer who sent us this subscribe request. His email address, his name was transferred. Those macros we used in the body were also processed, and the values we put there is now in our database. If this guy sends us an email message like this, with just subscribe keyword in the subject and nothing in the body, and once we process subscribe and unsubscribe requests and get it in our recipient list, it will only have email address in the database and name. All the other fields will be empty because we didn't specify them as macros in the body. For most of cases it's totally acceptable, and it's very easy for a customer to send just an empty message with a subscribe keyword and subject. For more complex things, if you really wish to transfer not only recipient name but also custom fields to your database, you may want to use web forms like this one, and once your customer fills the form in and presses the submit button, the form will generate an email message, a formatted one. It will put the macros in the body for you automatically with all the information which was on the form, and you will receive an email message with a formatted subscribe request, and your recipient will be added to the database along with all this information. Now let's talk about unsubscribing. If your recipient wishes to unsubscribe, he or she just send an email message to you, again to the same email address used in the POP3 options, with the unsubscribe keyword and subject or other keyword listed in the POP3 options. And this is pretty much it. He or she presses the send button, and this email address, which is in from, will be removed from your database. If you need, you can specify a different email address to be removed. This is the case for a web form. If a web form sends a subscribe request, you really want to use this macro, and you can put a different email address here, and this address will be ignored, and the new address will be used in the unsubscribe request. But we'll stick to the simple version, and we wish to unsubscribe this lorem ipsum. So leave the body empty and press the send button. Now switch back to the iMac mailer, and we press the subscribe unsubscribe button. Program downloads requests from the box, and it says that we received one request and the one recipient was removed from our database. And what was lorem ipsum? Thanks for listening. That was an overview of subscribing and unsubscribing using a POP3 mailbox.